I'm currently short in Aussie dollar. I'll walk you through what I have trading starting top down here on the daily chart. This is yesterday's candle. This is day before yesterday's candle. So in between this you have the new week opening gap here. And what we get is price gapping down. Actually here, price gapping down from this level here on Friday to this level here Sunday, and then you get price retrace and then retrace back into this body area of Friday's candle, and then you get price beginning to deliver here to the sell side. My drawn liquidity or bias here on the daily chart is to the sell side, simply because this Friday candle here, there's a body candle close below here, so it opens and closes lower than the Friday candle. So this line right here is where I have the low for Friday. So I have a sell side bias here on the daily chart. Then look at MTA, multiple time frame analysis. So here on the 4-hour chart, price action was bearish here before the new week opening gap. So here you get this level here that was wick below, which had the 4-hour to the sell side or bearish, and the swing high being here. And then you get the new week opening gap where this gap is made here, so still bearish price action. You get price pull back, but this swing high here is still respected, and then price redelivers here to the sell side. So price remains bearish here on the 4-hour chart. And then here on the 1-hour chart, get this same price action where you have this swing high here, and this was the previous dealing range for the short. I was actually in this in a position over the weekend and was able to take profits as price opened up much lower. But this is a different position here, not the cleanest, as in on this type of price action I would want to see a market structure shift or some type of shift back to the sell side on the 1-hour. But here on the 1-hour, you can see structurally price shifts to the buy side here on the 1-hour chart, and now price has been redelivering here to the sell side, putting in a series of bearish value gaps here. I'll just plug these in. So you can see this series of fair value gaps here. You can see price pulling back now. This is not my ideal setup, as I was mentioning here on the 1-hour chart, just because you have price trending here, but there is no structural shift as far as in a body candle close or even a wick candle close before a level. So this particular trade I'm not the biggest fan of, simply because it doesn't set up properly. It sets up but not textbook, so I have my doubts about it, but my MTA gave me the entry, so I just want to take it. Here on the 15-minute, we can see here we start to get these shifts here to the sell side. There's a market structure shift there to the sell side, and then we can see down here, lower here, here's another shift here. But there's this series of gaps. There's some gaps in this price area here. But with the bias, with my bias here to the sell side, and also this is the first time I'm testing this system with the new week opening gap, but using my bias here, sell side, and the multiple time frame analysis showing bearish price action on the 4-hour and the 15, I decided to take the position, even though the 1 hour I'm not seeing the trending market conditions as I would like. I am getting the fair value gaps, but not getting any type of structural shift. So that has me concerned with the overall, let's say, longevity of the position. Now, if I head back over to my execution charting here, you can see price here on the 5-minute give a market structure shift here at the open of the London kill zone here, and then price has pulled back and retested this level a few times, and now you can see price is trading within a bearish fair value gap here, and we'll see if this fair value gap here on the 5-minute is respected or disrespected. Price has already come back and tested the rebalance point here. And just overall looking to target the low of this yesterday candle here, if price will get back to that level. You can see price back testing my entry level now and potentially putting in a bullish fair value gap if this candle closes above this level here. If anything closes above this level here, then that will leave room for a bullish fair value gap and potential for price to redeliver here to the buy side. There is a high probability for price to redeliver up here, and if it does, then this may set up for later today. Same thing similar with Bitcoin. I've been watching Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is set up in a similar way where it's going to require quite a bit of pullback before it's going to be ready to deliver to the buy side. And now you can see price pulling into this final bearish fair value gap right here, and we'll see if this gap holds. If this gap holds, there's nothing else except for the buy side liquidity, which I am resting up here with this buy side liquidity here. So we'll see if price will respect this bearish fair value gap here on the 5-minute chart. Or if I'm going to be stopped out of this position. And also this will be an opportunity to examine the multiple time frame analysis as far as in its ability to predict price action here, even though my 60-minute chart or my 1-hour chart here is less than ideal. With the multiple time frame analysis still dictates a sell here. So we'll see if there's any continuation here. Price still trading right here at my limit entry. Price currently respecting the bearish fair value gap here on the 5-minute chart. A little more than 1 minute remaining in the current 5-minute candle. Price still testing this 5-minute fair value gap. Price consolidating here at the 0.70630 level. Point 70650. Price trading through the gap. Less than 1 minute remaining in the current 5-minute candle. Currently, price looks to disrespect the 5-minute fair value gap up here. And price closes above the fair value gap, so the fair value gap is disrespected, so there's a higher probability that price will want to continue to the buy side here. Also, price has just put in a bullish fair value gap, so if price returns back into this area here, there's a pretty high probability that price can redeliver here to the buy side. Price now putting in equal highs. Now those equal highs have been broken, and we'll see if price wants to stop me out here. Stop loss is the difference between the spread and the high right here on the 5-minute. See price consolidating here around the 0.70670 level. See if price here wants to sweep this swing high here, or if price ignores the disrespected fair value gap and returns to the sell side. Looks like I'm about to get stopped out here. And if so, I would just look for an opportunity during the New York session, as price has been trending here on the 1-hour chart, but has failed to put in any kind of structural change here to the sell side. So if I get stopped out here, I understand completely why. But you can see price struggling here to stop me out, but close enough that I don't think it will be too much longer here. But price also failing to put in a bottom wick here. So it's likely that if I am stopped out, price is going to look to return to sweep out this sell side liquidity here pretty, I would say, relatively soon after stopping me out. Price consolidating here, 0.70680. check and see if price had traded into one of these 1 hour fair value gaps, but it has yet to. But if it stops me out, then it will get into that area. So usually on these trades, I want to base my entry off of some type of 60-minute level, but I didn't have one here, but just due to the multiple time frame analysis, I decided to just take the position regardless, just to see if the multiple time frame analysis was strong enough to deliver price, but may require that 1 hour price action that I'm looking for. We'll find out soon enough here, as price is likely now to come down and test this fair value gap here. So there's a fair value gap here, and there's a fair value gap here. So we'll see if this first fair value gap can get a body candle close below, then it's likely this one would likely fail as well. We'll stand by and see what price action has in store here. See some sell side delivery coming in here. We'll see if it's enough. As I mentioned before, that there's going to be liquidity right here because there's no bottom wick below this candle. So interesting to see if this liquidity is taken, if price redelivers to the buy side, or if price continues here to the sell side. Price currently still trading here in this 5-minute candle inside the range of the previous 5-minute candle. See if price chooses a direction here. Price here having difficulty delivering to the buy side and delivering to the sell side here. But it'll have to give at some point. We'll see which way it goes. Seeing some sell side delivery here. Price trading near the 0.70660 level. Less than 1 minute remaining in the current 5-minute candle. Currently looks like this candle will close inside of the previous 5-minute candle, so we'll wait for the following 5-minute candle to see if price chooses a direction. Seeing some sell side delivery in here into the close. More consolidation. And looks like a gap down. Some further sell side delivery here. New 10-minute low. Price is now trading within this fair value gap here. See how price responds to this area. Draw a straight line. Nope. Let's do that. Straight enough for now. See what price does here. Price currently respecting the fair value gap. And seeing buy side delivery here, more consolidation. Further buy side delivery here. And looks like it may put in an engulfing candle here. Price consolidating. Also a new 1-hour candle. So 1 hour remaining in the London kill zone. Stop out here. And just stopped out. So what I want to look for here is there's no structure shift here, which is my issue here on the 1 hour chart. Have these series of fair value gaps but have no structural level to base market conditions off of, like whether or not we're trending or needing a shift level. So that was the issue with this particular trade. I'll go over to Bitcoin and show you why I didn't take Bitcoin, just because the stop level would have been too high. So here, but Bitcoin may be getting closer to being ready now, as it's traded into this bullish fair value gap here. Switch over to my charting here. So I've got a sell side bias here, as yesterday's candle traded above and then back inside of day before yesterday's candle. So I have a sell side bias here. And the 4-hour chart here is bearish, as this level here, this swing low here, was closed below. This is actually, here is now the new swing high here. And the 1 hour is bearish. And it's trending. This is looking set up for a trade here. First clean trade of the day. I've jumped on everything that's moved and made a ton of errors here. Now it looks like it may be time to trade something proper. Shifted bullish here. Okay, so right now I have a sell side bias overall on the day, and then here on the 4 hour I'm bearish on the 1 hour, and bullish here on the 15-minute. So this is good to trade. Just need a market structure shift on the 5-minute chart, which currently is not present. Your shift level will be here. So I'd look for price action to provide some type of shift level up here. Maybe 793. Okay, so no trending market conditions on that Aussie dollar trade. What was that? waiting for price to pull back, at least to the equilibrium level, to sell, being in an area of premium down here, this being an area of discount, or to buy here, this being an area of premium to sell. So now price just getting into an area of premium to sell here. Also wanting to see price action in this bearish fair value gap right here. So here, this would be the current swing low right here if price actually here. And there's liquidity there's some liquidity here. So price can return to here, potentially put in a body candle close here. But this candle will need to close here, and then the following candle or following candles will need to do some similar price action. Actually, I'm going to wait until a new low gets put in. But you can see this fair value gap here has now, I believe, been rebalanced, or at least the market structure shift level here on the 5-minute here has been reached. So the rebalance point of the fair value gap is 66,481.5. This is 66,432.2, so not to the rebalance point. 443.1. So this candle here hasn't touched any of the areas of interest here, but has traded just below them. So about 45 more minutes left in the current kill zone here in London. So I would need to see a market structure shift here on the 5-minute within this time frame in order to take a valid position. Calculating my risk here. In case I get an opportunity to trade here. less than 1 minute remaining in this 5-minute candle. Seeing some sell side delivery here. Coming into the close of this candle. And now, if there is continuation here to the sell side and a new 5-minute low put in here, I'll set up an order for a short to the low of yesterday's candle. Potentially all the way to this low, but I'll take majority off here if price here on the daily chart. This candle here would be the low, the swing low that I would potentially target here overall, but this is going to be my main target right here, this sell side liquidity right here. But this sell side liquidity here would be the overall or longer term target. You can see these relatively equal lows here. This is going to be a liquidity pool right here. Really nice target. Then there's going to be liquidity here. I'm likely going to set an order for that liquidity as well. 67. Still consolidating here near these retest levels, or near this retest and rebalance levels. Price likely looking to retest this level here on the 15-minute chart. Now we're getting a retest of that level there. Which coincides with this level here on the 5-minute. Now that there's been a retest, we'll see if price wants to redeliver here to the sell side, continue to the buy side. There is this one fair value gap right here. Price could return to it. Price could continue to the sell side. This is the market structure shift level here. The algorithm has left some liquidity, some buy side liquidity up here. So in the past, this would have been the level that I would have taken a short position and put my stop right up here. Now I'm waiting for price to do something above this level and then shift to the sell side with a market structure shift, because sometimes price will come into this area and then trade through this area. So not getting any kind of confirmation, just taking a trade based on a level that was previously made that may have little to no impact on current price action. As you can see right here, price still trading to the buy side. This could all change very quickly, but here's another area of interest right here for price. But just recognizing I can take these types of entries and some will work out, some won't, but I can get a higher probability of a winning trade if I wait for confirmation, which would be that market structure shift. Price still delivering to the buy side here. Seeing a reaction here. High here is 668.1. Price reacting here. Price failed to reach into this fair value gap, but price did trade into this previously traded into gap. Price would have quite a ways to go if it were to deliver to the sell side. Now also there is a bullish fair value gap right here. This would be the market structure shift level here to the sell side. Additionally, this area here on the 5-minute could be a potential target area for buy side. Look at it here on the 1 hour, these relatively equal highs here. So that could be a buy side target, as this would be a buy side liquidity pool resting up here. So we'll see what price does. Maybe getting the first new 5-minute low in a while, 364.9. So we need a 364.8. And a new 5-minute low. So this may be coming for the market structure shift level. It could also reverse and go back to the buy side, or set up a new market structure shift level. And again, there's this fair value gap right here. See how price responds to that. I'm going to set up an order, or a couple of orders here. I think I added one extra zero there. Setting the stop loss here with the spread. Set two orders here. 65, 4741. Price here could be putting in a new swing low here for a potential entry, as this swing low here is quite a distance away. So price here could put in this low, put in a higher candle here, and then potentially give some type of body candle close below this candle here for a higher entry. price wants to put in that new swing high or that new swing low that I was just mentioning. See price here. Trading above that swing low. Algorithm also has engineered some liquidity here, but price could also trade back through and sweep out this buy side liquidity here. There could also be 1 minute bearish fair value gaps in this area where price can trade into and then redeliver down here for a 5-minute market structure shift. So far on this position as it is developing, it is currently meeting my trade criteria. Here, London, there's a buy side sweep of liquidity on the daily. Market conditions on the 1-hour chart are trending. With fair value gaps. There's no body candle close, just a wick candle close. MTA is bearish on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. There's a bearish 1-hour point of interest, which is right here. This bearish fair value gap right here on the 1-hour chart. There's also price trading into these fair value gaps here on the 15-minute chart. Now it's just a matter of a market structure shift here within the kill zone. My stop loss is already determined here. So that swing high is in, or that swing low here is in place. So now with a body candle close below this level here, trade criteria would be met, and I can take a position. Market has left some liquidity here above this candle. I don't like that. Now that liquidity has been taken out here, it's now been swept. We'll see if price wants to continue to the buy side or to the sell side here. Seeing some volatility here. Price putting in a new 5-minute high and now shifting price to the sell side here. Less than 1 minute remaining in the current 5-minute candle. And the sell side liquidity here has now been swept out. Set this up just in case price closes below here in the last second. If not, I'll put the order back. And price fails to close below the swing low on that candle. We'll see if this candle, if there's any continuation and a closure below, and then I'll set this order up. Price now trading into that bullish fair value gap right now. Seeing some buy side delivery here, reacting from the bullish fair value gap. Price action returning to the sell side, now inside of the bullish fair value gap and at the market structure shift level. And the liquidity that was resting below this candle has now been swept up. So if price action closes here or below, then this fair value gap here would be disrespected, and there would be a higher probability of price returning here to the sell side. There's another gap here, but it's already been traded into. Here's a new gap here. There's some liquidity here. Small gap here, small gap here, just a lot of small gaps. But small still work. So we'll see how price action responds here. Less than 1 minute remaining in the current candle on the 5-minute chart. Price consolidating here right at the close. And still no structural shift, but the body candle closed to the sell side, so still a possibility for an entry here. The fair value gap here was respected. Let's double check on that. The low here is 326.6. Where's the close? Okay. So the fair value gap was closed inside of here. So there's a higher probability that price will trade through the fair value gap and disrespect it. And the algorithm again has engineered some buy-side liquidity right up here. New 5-minute low. Halfway through this 5-minute candle, price trading at the 66,260 level. So if this candle closes at this level, I'm going to set this order and the next order. This is actually one trade, but I'm going to set 2 orders so that my 2 targets can be hit without me having to manually be at my station to do it. So less than 1 minute remaining in the current 5-minute candle. Seeing some sell side delivery in here coming into the close. Both orders are in. And 791. Four. Okay. In and set. So this trade here set up textbook, and we'll see if it delivers textbook as well. I have the habit of taking trades when they are kinda okay, but not textbook. Trying to get better on waiting on the textbook positions and taking those. Here you can see a position here on Bitcoin where I was able to take some profits here and then stopped out at break even. And now here, this was during the Asian session. Now here during the London session, Bitcoin providing another trade opportunity here. and seeing delivery here to the sell side since entering. Here on the daily, you'll see my overall target, and then you can see my two overall targets here. So here on the daily chart, you can see this is my overall target here on the daily. This sell side liquidity resting below this daily candle. And then here, see targeting the sell side liquidity resting below the current candle, the current daily candle here. And here on the 1 hour chart. See targeting these relatively equal lows here. There's going to be a sell side liquidity pool resting down here, where there is a liquidity pool resting there. And then here, this 1 hour swing low, there's liquidity resting below that, which is also the current low of day for today here on Bitcoin. And if this position gets to my first take profit here, I'll move my stop to break even, and if all goes well, get to this second area of profit taking down here. But right now, so far so good in this position, and positive for the most part, but price still consolidating here near my entry. So we'll see if price can deliver here further to the sell side. A little more than 5 minutes remaining in the current London kill zone. As I was mentioning earlier about premium and discount areas, this being equilibrium, where price is currently trading at right now. This being premium, this being discount, wanting to buy here, wanting to sell here, and you can see my entry here is within this area of premium. So selling is one thing, and selling at the appropriate price or level is another. So with this particular position, I feel pretty good about, or it's an appropriate position, because I am buying, or I am selling in an area where you would want to sell and getting a good price. So selling from an area of premium and looking to cover in an area of discount. See price now delivering here to the sell side. I would really like to trade Bitcoin down to here, to the swing low, but who wouldn't? Trying to do better of getting more realistic targets, and even though price may make it down to this level, trying to get down there today would be, maybe with today's news and all, maybe it may be possible, and I am not certain about that. But just from a day-to-day perspective, trying to set realistic profit targets and just trying to be more consistent with choosing targets, and also just trying to let's say pick easy draws on liquidity. So an easy draw on liquidity would be here, but with this sweep here, ultimately wanting to go for this level, but I am going to resist just due to simple risk. With this particular trade, having relatively equal lows is about as good as I could ask for. So I want to really target this liquidity pool here, but I don't want to let any 1 hour liquidity zones to pass by without taking any profit, as price has the habit of reversing at those levels. But the next level down would be into that daily candle swing low that I want to trade into, again with this price action here, sweeping out that liquidity. So having a sell side bias or sell side draw, this would be the end point of that draw here, but I'll look for another opportunity to take that position if it provides it. So but again, just trying to work on setting realistic target goals and understanding that taking partial profits and not full profits pays, but from a psychological standpoint, reaching a terminus or an end point to a trade certainly has its own psychological advantages, knowing that you maximize the trade opportunity. I would much rather currently take this trade here and profit, and if the trade keeps going, it keeps going, but I'd say probably 8 times out of 10 it's gonna the trade is gonna end a lot sooner than you would originally plan. So with that in mind, I want to target the easy draw on liquidity here, and understand that the trade can certainly keep going, but if I'm going to trade lower into that range, it'll likely be tomorrow, unless price action sets up again for another short, and then let's say becomes price action comes just short of my current final target, pulls back and gives another entry, then I would set up another trade and just target that swing low on the daily. But now we have come to the close of the London kill zone for today. If you'd like to know more, visit us at ontilttrading.com. Stay on tilt, never emotional. We'll see you next time.